Would you like to know the 3 things that in supply chain and logistics management you've just got to get right? Hi, this is Rob O'Byrne from Logistics Bureau, and if you're wondering where we are, I thought I'd get out of the studio today and into the park. Apologies if there's lots of tweeting birds, and I've got about 1,000 bats over there, but they're being fairly quiet. Last time I shot a video over here, people were complaining about the bird noise, but hopefully it'll be okay. But anyway, let's get back to those 3 things. I could probably talk about 10, but I was just thinking today, you know, what are the 3 that I could share with you which make the greatest impact into, you know, really good supply chain management and helping you achieve best in class. So here's 3. Don't you know, shoot me if you think there should be some more. Like I say, I could come up with 10, but these are 3. First of all, supply chain strategy, getting that right. Where people go wrong with this most of the time is they overcomplicate it. I was recently talking with a very senior supply chain manager, and he was showing me their supply chain strategy, and there was like 50 different initiatives on it. How can you focus on that many? How can you keep your team focused on that many? Do you know how many I like? 3. And the way I come up with those 3 is I look at the business strategy. What are you trying to achieve in the marketplace? Be it improving market share or having great prices. And the first trick is to translate that into a supply chain strategy, into supply chain language. So what does it mean? Very typically there's something around keeping costs low, keeping service up, maybe something around quality or safety, but 3 or 4 maximum. And you need to digest those, come from the top down, take your business strategy, interpret that to those 3 or 4 goals for the supply chain. And when you've got those really clear, then you can start looking at the enablers which are going to deliver those goals. And these are all, you know, the IT projects and infrastructure and processes and so on. Don't start there. A lot of people get buried in the weeds. Come from the top down. So that's the first one. Make sure your strategy is simple, clear, and supports the business. Second one, got to be cost to serve. Understand how your cost to serve differs across your different products and customers. What do I mean by that? The simplest example I can think of is a bottle of water. Imagine you're selling bottles of water and everybody's buying them in single bottles. There's quite a high cost involved in, you know, processing the order, delivering the product, and all the different steps through the supply chain. What if you could actually sell those bottles of water in blister packs of 6? The costs at each stage of the process don't really go up much, but you're selling them now in 6s, and so your cost as a percentage of sales is much lower. What if you could sell them in cartons of 24? What if you could actually sell them in pallets of 40 cartons? You start to see the picture. The larger quantity that you can sell your products, the much lower your supply chain cost as a percentage of sales. Now, that's pretty obvious, but what a lot of people don't do is the analysis across their different product groups and across their different customers to see how the costs differ. And they do because of transaction frequency, order size, and customer geography. So number 2, definitely cost to serve. Number 3, there's so many there. What would I put in? Probably sales and operations planning. If you've got a business with a couple of 100 SKUs or more, you need good sales and operations planning processes. You don't necessarily need fancy systems, excuse me, but you do need a process so that you can accurately forecast your demand, accurately establish your supply or the constraints, and it's all about efficiency through your supply chain and making sure that customer service is really high. And so many businesses don't do that very well. A lot of them try and they invest in big systems and it all falls over and they think sales and operations planning is just too hard, but it's not. It's about the process and it's about communication across the business. So there's 3. Getting your strategy aligned to support the business goals, understanding your cost to serve, and then using that to improve profitability right across the business, and understanding across your product range really what the true demand is and the service expectations, and using S&OP to deliver much better customer outcomes. So there's my top 3. Now you can get plenty more information on this if you'd like. If you're in Sydney, I'll mention something in a second which would be really cool for you. A lot of people watching this won't be in Sydney though, so somewhere you know, to the side or underneath this video will be a link to my blog, logisticsbureau.com/blog, and there's heaps of stuff on there about cost to serve and strategy, and lots of stuff that you can read and watch and download. So if you want more about that topic, just jump on there. If you're in Sydney and you're watching this video basically as soon as it's gone up, you might be in luck, because in about 10 days time, on October the 26th, I'm running a full day coaching workshop in Sydney. And sales and operations planning is going to be a hot topic. Strategy is going to be a hot topic. And what was my third one? Cost to serve. Yep, we'll be talking about that as well. And the way that this is going to work is I've pulled in lots of favours, and I've got 20 experts and well-recognised leaders in the industry to come in, and they're going to run little groups, coaching groups for about 200 people. And it's really cool. If you're wondering about, you know, the expense, it's only $87, which doesn't even cover the catering, but it doesn't matter, because it's all about getting lots of people in the room, sharing information, networking, and really helping people with lots of great information. Oh, and by the way, that $87 ticket price all goes to charity. So another reason to come along. And I think I've got this wonderful little app from Eventbrite. We'll give them a plug. My phone's down there, so I won't grab it. But I looked on my phone earlier and it tells me all about all the registrations. I think there are 23 tickets left. So jump onto the link below, Supply Chain Leaders Insights, grab a ticket. They're only $87, but I think there's only 23 left. If you can't get to the event, jump onto the blog. There's lots of information there. Thanks for watching, and I hope that was some help for you.